Thank you very much. Well, political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. Elected your 47th president and your 45th president.
The public has always been fascinated with Melania Trump, the mysterious spouse of the 45th U.S. President Donald Trump. Her journey from a little European village to the White House, the most famous political address in the world, has generated curiosity and fascination. Many people are interested in her true story because of the rumors that have circulated over the years regarding her marriage and her reserved public persona. I told my husband the language was inappropriate. It's not acceptable, Melania once said, expressing her surprise at strange behavior. The 54-year-old Melania is at last prepared to share her hitherto untold tale. Her claims have the potential to change how the public views the Trump family's tenure in the White House. What secrets does she hold? And how could they affect how this political dynasty is viewed around the world? Born on April 26, 1970, in the small Slovenian village of Sevnica, Melania Knavs' early years were significantly different from her later years. Victor Knavs, her father, started out as a driver before transitioning into the auto parts industry, where his connections with the Communist Party of Yugoslavia surely helped him. Melania was exposed to Sevnica's textile-dominated industry at a young age because to her mother, Amalia, who worked as a pattern maker in a nearby children's clothing factory. Melania and her sister were covertly baptized in spite of Yugoslavia's official atheism, underscoring the fragile relationship between individual convictions and governmental ideology. Although her family lived in a state-run housing complex when she was growing up, their brightly decorated apartment stood out from the often dull furniture of the time. Melania's mother's work in the fashion industry, which ignited an early passion in design, added vibrancy to her modest but comfortable upbringing. Melania placed a high value on education, and her academic performance demonstrated this. She excelled academically and became the school's treasurer, demonstrating a practical and diligent nature. Her family's financial situation improved during her youth, enabling them to move to a two-story house in Sevnica. From a young age, Melania was influenced by American culture. Her growing interest in Western politics was demonstrated when she cited Ronald Reagan's presidency as an inspirational symbol of progress. At the age of 15, Melania started traveling to the capital of Slovenia, Ljubljana, to attend a specialized secondary school focused on design and photography. After a year, she and her sister made the permanent move to Ljubljana so she could continue her education and pursue her developing passion for modeling and fashion. After a year, Melania left her studies in architecture at the University of Ljubljana to concentrate entirely on her modeling profession. However, there is no evidence to support claims that she obtained a degree. When Melania attracted the attention of photographers in Ljubljana at the age of 16, she started modeling. She started to gain recognition in the field because to her exceptional looks and dedication, paving a way that few people in her field had followed. Due to her mother's work in the local textile business, she was able to participate in fashion shows that featured children's apparel on a regular basis. Her success in the competitive world of high fashion was based on her early modeling experiences. She made the transition to full-time modeling, eventually moving to Milan and Paris while working for European agencies. Her journey from the impoverished alleys of Sevnica to international runways was characterized by resilience and flexibility, traits that would ultimately come to define her public image. The challenges she faced during her modeling career symbolized the perseverance she would need in the spotlight, especially given the intense scrutiny on her life as the First Lady of the United States. Melania had a sudden start to her modeling career. Her career in glamour began when she was accidentally spotted by Slovenian fashion photographer Stane Jerko at a school-sponsored fashion show. Unexpectedly, Melania's main desire was not modeling but fashion design, a passion that influenced her work ethic and business practices. Her first significant break came when she won a modeling competition with Studio City in Italy, with a movie role as the reward. She turned down the chance nevertheless because of a producer's unsatisfactory attitude, setting the tone for her future professional decisions. In an effort to appeal to a wider audience outside of Slovenia, Melania changed the spelling of her name to Melania Knavs as her fame increased. When she placed second in Jana magazine's Look of the Year competition in 1992, her career took a big leap forward. An international modeling contract was provided by this award, which was a turning point in her career. Openings throughout Europe were made possible by Melania's fame in Jana magazine. Her first international engagements came after she signed a short-term contract with the RVR agency in Milan. She even portrayed the first female president of the United States in a rare 1993 photo shoot, a symbolic role that foreshadowed her future as First Lady. By her early 20s, Melania's profession had advanced to the point where she could establish her headquarters in Paris. She completely immersed herself in the European fashion scene and lived in the same flat as fellow model Victoria Silvstedt. Meeting Paolo Zampoli, a friend of Donald Trump and co-owner of Metropolitan Models, in 1995 was a turning point in her career. Zampoli, who assured her of representation, was intrigued by her talent and encouraged her to think about moving to the United States. This exchange had a transformative effect. In 1996, Melania began a new chapter in her career as an American model when she moved to Manhattan at the age of 26. When Melania got to New York, she moved into an apartment in Union Square that Zampoli's agency had given her. As is typical for new models, her rent was deducted from her earnings, but she had a hard time adjusting to life in the United States. She first took on 10 jobs, earning nearly $20,000 on a travel visa that did not allow her to work, raising questions about her legal status. Melania swiftly obtained an H-1B visa, which put her on the road to citizenship and permitted her to work lawfully. A Camel cigarette campaign gave her the break that changed the course of her career. She became even more well-known after her advertisement, which was photographed by famed photographer Ellen von Unwerth, appeared in Rolling Stone and on a billboard in Times Square. At the time, Melania benefited from a law that required models older than 25 to appear in cigarette ads, which helped her obtain the job. She solidified her place in the fashion industry by moving into an apartment off Park Avenue as her fame grew. According to Melania, being a citizen of the United States is the greatest privilege on planet Earth, highlighting her deep bond with her new nation. After receiving a green card in 2001, she officially started the process of becoming a citizen. Known as the Einstein visa, this green card, which is a component of the EB-1 program, is often granted to individuals who possess extraordinary ability. Melania's eligibility for this highly selective visa has caused controversy over the years, with many people wondering how she met the requirements. She married Donald Trump in 2006, the same year she became a citizen, yet her American dream persisted. This significant turning point highlighted her remarkable journey from European model to prominent public figure in American politics and served as the foundation for her future position as First Lady. Melania's journey changed who she was and permanently linked her to the political and social landscape of America. One of Melania Trump's biggest accomplishments, which she often highlights, is her path to U.S. citizenship. She was granted a green card in 2001 under the EB-1 visa program, also referred to as the Einstein visa, which is intended for those who are exceptionally skilled in their fields, such as Olympic athletes, top corporate leaders, and distinguished academics. Despite questions about her eligibility stemming from her prominent modeling career, Melania remained in the United States and eventually became a citizen in 2006. This milestone came about the time her husband, Donald Trump, was thinking about running for president and her son, Barron, was born. Whether deliberate or not, there was a reason to the timing of her naturalization. She avoided possible immigration problems by obtaining citizenship prior to her husband's political aspirations. Victor and Amalia Knavs immigrated to the U.S. and obtained citizenship in 2018, and Melania was able to sponsor them thanks to her citizenship. Due to its association with chain migration, a process that Donald Trump later criticized during his presidency, this family migration caused controversy. The only other foreign-born First Lady in American history is Louisa Adams, who was born in England. Melania's experience as an immigrant First Lady is unique. On the other side, Melania's naturalized citizenship made her uniquely positioned to share her perspectives on the immigrant experience, which provoked both praise and criticism. The spotlight shifted from Melania's husband's anti-immigrant opinions to her own immigration status. The delicate contradiction that many immigrants experience is exemplified by Melania and her son Baron, who maintained their Slovenian citizenship while enjoying their American citizenship. Her dual identities, which symbolized her ties to her forebears and her commitment to her chosen nation, gave her job as First Lady a complexity. She publicly highlighted the legal route she took to become a citizen, often using her experience as evidence of the value of due process. Melania's immigrant background and evident happiness with her new nationality highlighted her ties to the American dream, a tale of tenacity and self-made success during her tenure in the White House. But public opinion was agitated by her husband's administration's anti-immigration stance. Some saw her story as a testament to America's promise as a land of opportunity, while others questioned the administration's position on family-based immigration, especially because her own parents had benefited from the system Donald Trump hated. Melania stayed somewhat cautious on these subjects, in spite of this complicated intersection, opting to stay out of political discussions over immigration. Melania and Donald Trump first crossed paths at a party in New York City in 1998. Trump was attracted to her and asked for her phone number while they were out on a date, but Melania suggested he give her his instead. He made a number of personal contacts after being impressed by her confidence, starting a relationship dynamic that would attract media attention. Trump brought her to high-profile business events and regularly emphasized her beauty while keeping her separate from his business affairs, making their courting public very fast. Public interest in Melania was stoked by their relationship, which attracted media attention, especially when they appeared together on The Howard Stern Show in 1999 and openly discussed personal matters. Melania imagined herself as a stereotypical First Lady a la Jacqueline Kennedy when Trump announced his intention to run for the Reform Party nomination in 1999. When word of a divorce surfaced in 2000, the couple's relationship was put to the test for the first time, and the media conjectured about the possibility of a model becoming First Lady. But they quickly got back together, and by 2004, Trump had asked Melania to marry him on her birthday, securing her position in his life and future. In 2005, Melania and Donald Trump tied the knot in a lavish ceremony in Palm Beach, Florida's Bethesda by the Sea Church. Star-studded guests attended the celebration, and Preston Bailey, the event coordinator, raised the standard for celebrity wedding receptions at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate. Melania solidified her reputation in the public eye by showcasing her couture John Galliano gown on the cover of Vogue, which attracted significant media attention to the event. Inez, her sister, was her sole bridesmaid, highlighting her strong familial bonds. After the wedding, the couple divided their time between Mar-a-Lago in Florida, Trump Tower in New York, and Trump National Golf Club in New Jersey. Even though they shared a residence, Melania maintained her independence, even constructing a private spa for herself on the top level of Trump Tower. They emphasized their separate lifestyles even when married, spending a lot of time apart, in contrast to other couples. Although her transition from private to public life was complete, she maintained a unique balance of independence and reserve that enthralled the American public. The chemistry between Melania and Donald Trump was special from the beginning. Trump allegedly said he didn't want to work at a relationship when he got home, preferring to keep his personal and professional lives apart. Melania found success with this arrangement, accepting the responsibility of looking after Trump without considering herself a gold digger. Melania often made fleeting appearances at gatherings before heading back to their private residence. Additionally, she did not insist that Trump learn her native Slovenian, calling herself not a nagging wife. Melania made news throughout her pregnancy and was featured on the cover of Vogue for the second time in a well-known picture shoot when she wore an open coat and swimsuit. Her prior work as a model and her current position as an expectant mother were blended in this picture. She established a solid support network during her pregnancy by surrounding herself with her parents, who visited frequently, and her sister, who had moved to New York. From the beginning, Melania demonstrated her humanitarian tendencies by organizing a baby shower at F.V. Schwartz and establishing a nursery at Trump Tower, where she insisted that all gifts be sent to a children's hospital. Baron William Trump, Melania and Donald Trump's son, was born on March 20th, 2006. Donald selected Baron, a nod to a prior pseudonym he had used, while Melania selected the middle name. After Barron was born, Melania continued to play a significant role in his upbringing, removing herself from her previous social life to give her child a secure environment. She raised Barron herself with sporadic help, demonstrating her dedication to a hands-on parenting style and avoiding a heavy reliance on nannies in contrast to many of her peers. As Barron grew, Melania's focus on motherhood caused distance in her relationship with Donald, who reportedly started seeing other women during this time. Though Melania was reportedly unaware of the allegations, this division of parenting responsibilities was in line with Donald's stated wishes. He had made it clear that he would not be involved in day-to-day child-rearing duties, which Melania later claimed she supported, not wanting him to change diapers or put Barron to bed. Melania also agreed to be the stepmother of Donald's children from his first marriage to Ivana Trump, Tiffany from his marriage to Marla Maples, and Donald Jr., Eric, and Ivanka from his second marriage. Tiffany was just 6 years old when she began dating Donald, so Melania went out of her way to make her feel welcome and like one of her siblings. She demonstrated her inclusive attitude toward their blended family through her close friendship with Tiffany. Melania stressed the value of bringing Barron up in a multicultural environment. In order to keep a close connection to her own culture, she made sure he studied Slovenian in addition to English. Her subsequent role as First Lady was influenced by this cultural heritage, especially her Be Best campaign, which focused on the welfare of children. Because she valued Barron's stability, she even delayed her move to Washington, D.C. following Donald's presidency so he could complete his school year in New York. In 2010, Melania showed off her entrepreneurial spirit and sense of style by launching her own jewelry line, Melania Timepieces and Jewelry, on QVC. Because her fashionable watches and fake jewelry ranged in price from $30 to $200, a broad range of consumers could purchase them. It's interesting to note that Melania chose to create her own identity rather than use the Trump name in her branding. She took inspiration from the cities she loved, Paris, Palm Beach, and New York, which gave her designs an elegant, international vibe. Her ability to gauge audience desire was evident in the speed at which her inaugural collections sold out. Building on her success, she added Melania Mark Skincare, a line of high-end products using caviar extract, to her firm in 2011. Caviar, a high-end ingredient, set her skincare products apart, but the company had to overcome legal obstacles before it could fully launch. After a contract was terminated, Melania successfully sued her business partner for $50 million in lost earnings. However, the settlement amount was not made public. Melania eventually decided to concentrate on her roles as a mother and public figure, even though her jewelry and cosmetics businesses showed off her financial prowess. Her flexibility demonstrated her changing goals and readiness to make tough choices. Melania's business background influenced her First Lady branding and design strategies, from her philanthropic endeavors to the meticulous maintenance of her public persona. Her actions at the White House were influenced by her business acumen, which included identifying trends, interacting with customers, and developing a brand. Her background as a public figure and businesswoman highlights the challenge of juggling ambition and family obligations, exposing a side of Melania that is often overlooked. Her journey demonstrates the adaptability and tenacity that have characterized her public life, ranging from her business endeavors to her roles as First Lady and mother.